What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks. And we back in the building, you feel me? It's True Talks. Cause True Talks, alright? Let's get straight right into it. So you already know, Saturday was definitely a big game, You already know before that, game 3, OG saved the season with that .5 buzzer beater, zero point 0.5 seconds left on the clock. And that's clearly, sometimes it just takes a second. It takes 0.5 of a second. It takes anything, a miracle, anything to happen to just change the whole trajectory of the season. You know what I'm saying? And obviously the confidence trickle down to the next game. And now when you look at it, that just changed the whole season. So now in game 4, Raptors had an opportunity to tie the series. You know what I'm saying? And they basically I'm going to obviously talk about what transpired and why it was what it was and what happened and why it came to this point. But when you look at it from that perspective, it's just obviously a good thing and a great thing that the Raptors tied this series, because you don't want all series just to be fugazi. As you can see in the West, it's 1-1-1-1. So they're clearly going to go 6-7 games each series. I'm surprised if any of those are done in 5. Well, the Clippers could be, but I'll be surprised again if any of those are just done in 5. It should be a tough battle because it's the West, you already know. But in the East, we thought 6 minimum. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, Milwaukee has a chance to do that. But we don't know if Giannis is playing or not. But then at the point, it could have been 3-0, 3-0. And that's just atrocious, man. So it's great to see that the Raptors tied the series. Now, I know a lot of y'all coming at me, oh my God, Banks this, Banks that. See, what are you talking about? Fugazi and all this type of stuff. I love it when y'all come at me and, basically tell me the X, Y, and Z of why I'm Fugazi and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, like I said, even when you think, because of your emotions, that the boy is wrong, I'm still right at the end of the day. It's not playing the fence. It's not this and that. I already told y'all Celtics in 6 is my opinion, and it's basically how I see it. I told you the IQ reasons of why I put it that way. You know what I'm saying? And why I basically called it that way. So for it to be Celtics in 6, doesn't that mean Raptors have to win too? Yes, I never thought it was going to be a sweep or nothing. That's why I said Raptors better win that game. I said I wouldn't be surprised because of the ability, but I don't think so if I had to put my money on the line. And then again, OG changed the series, and obviously it changed, right? So now when you look at it from that perspective, like I've always said, Celtics in 6. Now, and I also explained the reasons, the actual reasons why the Raps winning, what they would have to do for the Raptors to win. And exactly how I called it is exactly how it happens. The Celtics, because of their ability, it's not really more so defense OD to that point. It's going to be, it's going to be actual, it's going to be misses, bare misses, brick, rebound. Poof, poof, that's what it's going to be. But anyway, it's going to that context. Because I give it that context. Let's go straight right into it, boy. This is the context. What are you talking about, boy? Bruh, I apologize for, normally I know a lot of y'all deliveries and the breakdowns and all that type of stuff, but there was issues with the video, with the footage. So we're just gonna basically talk it out. We're gonna talk it out and we're gonna get that IQ, because that's what I do at the end of the day. So when you look at it from that perspective, like I said, the Celtics would have to, like, all their shot creating takes, all their open takes, like even Kemba, you seen Gasol sagged off. It wasn't really contested shots. You know what I mean? He's missing those shots because, again, like I said, sometimes with shot creators, if they come out fugazi and they're missing, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's harder. It's the higher tier echelon players can snap out of it and still go to work. You know what I'm saying? You seen like Kawhi, what happened with his struggles there. It's not really also the defense unless they're fully trapped. They're trapped and double teamed. But because of a solid team, you're not really trapped and double teamed all the time. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's hard for them to get out of it. So the defense sometimes forces you to, your rhythm to be off. Oh, you're trapped here and there or whatever. But the open shots you still get, because regardless, they're going to be shooting a high output and a high usage. And, they're going to be shooting a lot regardless. So them missing is more so on the player itself. Sometimes they can come out fugazi and having a bad game, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they be hit it. It's not more than likely, but it does happen, which is why you've heard me all the time, even when it comes to Pascal. I'm never mad at the misses because sometimes you can be struggling. I'm mad at basically the shine away, the type of misses you take. One day or this game, because a guy's on you defending, you decide your palms are sweaty, so you take only limited type of takes. You don't take when you're feeling right, you know how you're moving with the pep in your step, those type of takes. When your aggression changes, when your types of takes change, that's when I'm like, okay, mentally he's not in it today, or mentally he's just fugazi. And if that's always, then that's just a character makeup. And that's the diving into the psyche of actually the player. But like I said, the Celtics will come through some games where there will be bricking and will be missing. It happens. And I said, even with those games, and take it in, the Celtics have not always had all three guys, Kemba, Jalen, and Tatum, moving on clean cylinders. And it's not a testament to the defense because they're actually taking open takes and they're doing mid-range takes and they're doing creating type of takes that they normally do. They just be missing sometimes. Even the last game, game 3, with Tatum missing and struggling, right? Then this game you have Jaylen Brown. And the reason why I don't say the defense is the reason for their misses, because it's their type of misses. The why I say open takes for the Raptors sometimes is literally not only the defense but the situation, the pressure of the playoffs, is because the open shots come differently for the Raptors. The Celtics, the open shots don't come differently. It's the same thing. They're still doing creative type of takes. While the Raptors have to do creative type of takes, which is why they're always struggling. They won't shoot high efficiency. Now it comes for how they make their timely makes, like you see with VanVleet and Lowry, and then Pascal started to turn it up, etc. Because, again, it starts from Lowry's aggression. It starts from him doing a 1-2, creating mid-range. He's doing stuff. They don't shoot mid-range like that. You see how many mid-range shots they're taking now? That just shows you they have to be like, fine, let's just take what they give us. And they're starting to do that. They're not going to show high efficiency with it because they don't move like that. That's not how they move. That's not their blueprint. You know what I'm saying? And they're not that elite to do that. But they're good enough to take advantage of the situation sometimes and hit it here and there. Now, when it comes to, like I said, with Boston, the reason why I say it's them three just struggling on their own is, again, like I said, missing the open takes. But then what I will give credit to the actual defense, Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse is a specialist. He's an elite coach. He's a premium coach, man, in this league. You have to pay attention. He's running a lot of these zones. He's going zone, or this. And I mean, I hate zones because at the end of the day, it's like I'd be doing the Doc Rivers type of shit. Mano a mano, lock up. Lock up or you're not tough. It's that simple. Lock up and show them. Switch when you got to switch. If not, like cookie them. Even if you don't have to steal, play discipline, defense, contact, take pride in your hands on the defensive end and lock up. They can't score on you. I don't like that whole zone shit because basically it's saying, okay, I can't guard these guys. Let me find a way to do whatever. Obviously, you're still making adjustments or whatever. I like it in the sense of the craft of the coach. Okay, he's doing this. He's experimenting. He's doing X, Y, and Z. It's the brain is working. You know what I'm saying? But as an actual player, pride-wise, you don't like it. But when it comes to Nurse, because he knows these guys can create in gaps. And you know what? Let me cut off their creating ability. So what do? We do a zone like that. Sometimes they do that 1-3-1 zone or they do a 2-3 zone. They mix with different zones. Forcing, basically stopping the mid-range, forcing them to shoot threes. You know what I'm saying? That's what they be doing. And they be mixing out the zones, which now part of that zone creates a rhythm thrown off because you see how Kemba likes to probe. If I don't have that shot off the high screen at the three-point line that Dame and these guys be doing, then they probe around at the mid-range. Sometimes it leads to a step back. Sometimes it leads to a pull-up. Sometimes, a lot of the time, the probe heavy and then now blow by to the layup. But they probe around in that mid-range area, and they shield and all that type of stuff, right? You've seen them all do that. So when you now run a zone and they can't do that no more at that mid-range area, their type of takes that they're getting, the rhythm is thrown off. So now when they do have an open take, yes, they're still missing it, but the rhythm is thrown off. But the reason why I say it's partly the defense, and I rate Nurse for throwing off the rhythm, but it's not necessarily just Nick Nurse. It's actually, like, for instance, the defense forced Williams to shoot threes, Marcus Smart to shoot threes, and that's what you want. That's Nick Nurse, credited to him, you know what I'm saying, and the Raptors. But why I won't give credit to him and overly credit him, like I say, rate everything accordingly, is Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown now, because they have so many dogs, you do the zone to stop Kemba, do it to try and limit Tatum or make him confused, but it leads to Brown being open 9 times out of 10. And what happened in game 1, 2, bucket, 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 bucket. Even if you do contest late, bucket. You've seen it. And one from Pascal, bucket. So Jaylen Brown has the ability to still hit these shots. So it's not like he's getting, oh my God, we threw him off. That's the reason why he's missing. No, that's why I wish the breakdown was working. If you've seen the misses, even in the end, he literally was shooting, and that's what I rate with Jaylen Brown. You don't see him shoot one, and he misses, and then he's fearful. He kept shooting. What happened? OG slipped and fell, and finally he hit one. Then later in the end, when they were making that run, when the game was almost lost, or they were coming back and they're down 5 or whatever before Tatum got the offensive foul, he makes one to swish in the corner. So you can see, he keeps shooting. I rate the no fear mentality. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But then again, like I was saying, he's missing open ones. Ones that he can still take, that he still will make, even if it's a late contest, etc. It's not credit to the defense for that. It's literally him in his head missing, which is why, because if it was credit to the defense, why would he end up making it? And then once he makes one, he makes 2 in a row. It's because it's not credit to the defense. It literally was him in his head, and he was struggling. He was just off. That was an off day for him. Just Kablunski. And that's when there's a lid on the rim. Sometimes you can't get one, and he has to keep going. That's why you see, once he gets one, the lid comes off. Okay, I'm here now. And then the next one, Pierce, swish. Went from rattle to swish. Like the mental aspect of the game, a lot of y'all don't see in real time or actually analyze or actually pay attention to or take account for any of that. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that perspective, that's why I say I give a lot of credit to Nurse for the rhythm throw off, but for the actual missed shots from those 3 guys, it's never more so credit to Nurse because they have the creator ability. So it's not even like, unless you're playing hella contested defense every time, then that's the case. But no, it wasn't that. So again, now when it comes to the Raptors, Pascal, man, like, this was the first time that he actually had a good aggression type of game and took advantage of a mismatch. Like I told y'all from time, this series, the Nets series, is supposed to be Pascal's advantage. So the fact that he's struggling shows you how weak mentally he is. He's supposed to be eating. There's no way Brown should be able to lock him up. There's no way, especially 6'9" to 6'6". That's length. It's not a defender with length. But because he's mentally frail and he only does these weak takes, he's not even doing the spin takes out often. He's doing these weak takes, push shot takes and whatever. He's missing from his own mental aspect. Brown is still playing great defense and contesting high because of the verticality that he has and the length. I mean, not the length, the athleticism. So he's contesting on his high lays and all that type of stuff. So it's not like he's shooting over a chair and a baby. But at the end of the day, it's still a baby, technically. But then again, look at the context of what happened. How did Pascal go to work? Remember, he was struggling the whole first half and he was struggling. But then what happened? Brown got into foul trouble. So Brown now was playing defense, was just standing there. He didn't really jump in contest. So then what happened? Boom. He's making all these layups now because he's taking advantage of the foul trouble that Brown had. That then Brad Stevens took him out, put Williams on him. Pascal went, disappeared. Then not only that, Van Vliet and Lowry did a lot of creating. But then what happened was the shot clock was dying a lot of the times. And Van Vliet would have to pass to Pascal because they would gap off of him. And Pascal loves this situation where he has to shoot the shot, where the shot clock is dying like 3-2 or whatever. And he has to just quickly catch and shoot, no think. And he just has to catch and shoot it. That's when he shoots his best. Which is why you see him hit that 3 at the end of the quarter that one time, the deep 3. I think it was game 3. Then you see him now catch and shoot it. You even see him the one time in the corner when he catch and shoot, he missed it and OG got the rebound and went up. And he's like, I could have made that because he's feeling himself. He doesn't have to think at all. But when he has the ball and he needs to dribble or his early shot or whatever, that's when you see him wide miss, wide left, wide right, all that type of stuff. Again, credits to him for even doing anything. But as a number one option, the fact that I'm giving you credit for even doing anything already is sad to me. Already is sad. You're the number one option. You average 23 points and the number one scorer the whole year. You can't be the 3rd best scorer, 4th best scorer for every game, and finally one game you score the most, and even when you score the most, it's unlocked from all these other situations. I can't fully rate it to that high extent, especially when we want to ring with a Kawhi here. You're supposed to be our new Kawhi. People are boosting you to that. You got paid like that. You know what I'm saying? I need to see number one option ability at all times. At all times. But again, like I said, he did do a 1-2 mid-range, and he did. Basically, the Raptors, scoring was a lot of it. They were doing a mid-range and all that type of stuff, which you get him. I'll always give credit to. Always. Again, then Lowry and Van Vliet created. Even though they were shooting atrocious, what was it? You see 5 for 16, Lowry 6 for 19, Van Vliet. at the end of the day, it's about when the timely takes. Ibaka played great. Like I told you, Ibaka is going to have to be crucial in this series because they sag off. When they sag off, you know what I mean? That's their game plan. If he's hitting threes, it cancels the whole Brad Stevens philosophy with defending the Raptors, which is help protect the paint, contest all the threes, run them off, and force them to shoot mid-range, and leave Ibaka and Gasol. If Ibaka's hitting like that, that cancels all that theory and all that scheme, that defensive scheme. So Ibaka hitting changed up a lot of the things. You know what I'm saying? Now, timely shots. What I mean, like Lowry, when he did that shot creating, if you follow me on IG, did the shot creating take at the mid range. He's doing all these takes, and he unlocked the confidence within these guys because he's basically been the Kawhi, not in terms of eliteness, but in terms of the heart and soul, in terms of the just give me the rock. I'ma just try. Even if it doesn't work, even if it does work, I'm going to just try. Then he did a 1-2 shot creating ability. They're like, oh my goodness, this guy's here. Okay, he's here. I got to step up. Your worries go away and you just be like, you know what, let me just play freely. And that, you're not playing tight no more. And that's what's happening here, which is why their confidence changed. Then they get a win. Then it's like, okay, yo, we're only one game away. Let's go. We've seen it. You know, like when like someone's struggling like Jaylen Brown, you're trying to get a shot. You can't really get a shot. Once that one shot goes in, it's like, geez, all I need is one. Now I'm here. Same with the win. All you need is one. Now I'm here, which is why Van Vliet said they messed up. That's just like a lot of these things again come down to the mental aspect of the game, which is why people, you've heard experts, you've heard basketball players, ex-basketball players, all these guys have said basketball is 80% mental. 80% mental. The skill and your ability. If you have all the ability in the world, but your mental won't let you apply it, it looks like you have no ability. While someone who has no ability has elite mental game, and it makes them look like they have the ability in the case of Lowry. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. So again, Lowry doing these things, like I always said, Lowry's mental game is elite, but his actual game isn't elite. So you can't have one portion of your game be elite and then now put him on the breath of elite with these other guys who are elite on both sides in every category. Lowry is not that. He's a good, solid player. He's not elite. His mental game is elite, but he's not an elite player. So stop coming at me with all this fugazi. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'll always rate him because till the death, he will fight. And even if he dies, you know when you kill that fly and then you go look, oh, he's trying to fly. He's trying to move. That's Lowry. Until I'm fully gone, I'm going to try. And I rate that mentality always because it just oozes onto the rest of the team. You know what I'm saying? It's a chain reaction. That's what you can see when it comes to Lowry. Now, again, like I said, credit to Nurse, credit to the defense and all that. Now you see we're gonna have game 5 in a bit and not too long from now. So again, I just want to say happy Labor Day to all of y'all. You know, this is the first time that we've actually had a Labor Day game. Like that's crazy. Like there's certain things that are elite with this bubble. Like certain basketball games we'll never ever see in September and October. Like that we're actually getting. So that's what elite looks like. Definitely you can enjoy your Labor Day and actually watch games. Like that's crazy. But we'll see how they move, man. We'll see how they move. Again, it comes down to Raptors. This is the blueprint for the Raptors. It comes down to hoping, obviously play your defense that you can play, but hoping the shot creators in Brown, Kemba, and Tatum just be missing. And if they're missing, that leads to transition every time, no matter even if they score. Inbound quick, that's what Lowry's doing. That's how he's getting a lot of these takes and catching them off guard. Just push the ball. When you push the ball in transition, move. Keep moving. And even if you notice, that's why I'm mad about the breakdown, but there's been situations where they're pushing, high tempo, and then what happens? Lowry or even Van Vliet penetrates, and then they pass and they do that Steph Curry shit where they keep moving. And then Boston's not used to the Raptors even moving like that because normally drive and kick, okay, we out the way and then kind of, you know what I mean? But they just keep moving, dribble, pass. Because you don't have no shot creators like that to live and die by. So, you know, oh, we just stand and watch and then he'll create, we double, then he passes out. That type of stuff. They don't have it like that. They just have to keep moving. Not necessarily body movement with like, oh, come off a down screen and all these type of plays. It's just tempo, push, run, catch them off guard. So now he has to help. Now they have to switch. Now he has to pick up. And then once I pass, the guy who's miscommunicated, switching me. Now I relocate. He doesn't follow me. Van Vliet did that relocate, get a three, all that type of stuff. So it's just movement, just fast pace. The tempo has to be up tempo for him. Transition, a lot of it. Don't be in half court a lot of the times. You do that, and it'll lead to you hitting a 1-2 type of shot. Then that will be the blueprint for the Raptors to have success and at least win the next game. And then, change the trajectory of things. And I know a lot of y'all fans, oh my God, we won 4 straight versus Milwaukee and all that type of stuff. Remember, that was Kawhi being there. That's not the same. I'll be surprised if the Raptors win this game. Because like I said Celtics in 6, which means they should win the next 2. And that's how I have it. I think that they're going to turn it up. I think that they already know, okay, we played with our food. Now it's time to eat. It's time to eat. I'm hungry. That's what I think that's going to happen. But we'll see how it goes. Again, happy Labor Day to y'all. Appreciate you. Share, like, and subscribe. You already know we out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. Like I said, I always kept the same energy, man. Y'all coming for me. I love it, man. Like I said, I always had Celtics in 6. Now, a lot of y'all react to game by game by game every single time. You can't be this amped and having your chest out when you know it was a 0.5 of a shot that changed the series. Just be happy that it's a 2-2 series. Don't be talking like, oh my God, we're this elite and that. Like, just be happy it's a 2-2 series. That's it. That's it. Don't be coming at me like mans weren't scared in 0.5. Oh my God, we're down 3-0. Wow, and they were all silent. Just like, how can y'all just be real with yourself? How can y'all just forget how these things just change? Just be happy that, OG, thank goodness, and not only that, Raptors, Celtics, thank goodness you made a mistake. You messed up. You messed up, and the series has changed. Now we here. But it's good, though. I like this. Now it's an actual series. I hope Milwaukee wins the next game, just so we can have 6 games. It's 4 games, second round, just 5 games for him. Like, I don't even like this whole one team's in game 4, game 5, the next team's in game 3, like that type of shit. Like the 2-game separation, like that's what I don't even like that. So you know what I mean? It's just I hope everything aligns. So the longer it takes, the more games, the better. Anyways, you already know it's True Talks, because True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here, and there's no drought here. You feel me? My goodness, this is what elite looks like. I rate at the end of the day. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You already know. And I'm out, man.